Ah, hi Daniel. You have open mic set up?
I do.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'm streaming this as well.
Alrighty, well then, hey everybody, this is Danivus. Joining me is The.Spectre. We are watching today a Dota is Hard in-house match.
Hooray!
Hooray.
From what I saw in the lobby, they wanted to do just one ban and then picks, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to do that or they're going to go through the full banning phase.
Can they actually set that up?
It's basically
Is
just
that-
you don't pick or you make rubbish bans.
10 seconds remaining.
But, yeah, I'm not sure what they'll do.
Well, that's
5
weird.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd choice for them to do, but who knows?
3.
Oh,
If that's
up to
the
them.
way they want to play, they can.
Dire team back.
Got a Coddle and a Nakes band coming out. If they are the only real bands, they're pretty good bands.
Yeah, pretty easy heroes that can be played by just about anyone. Whoa.
Except me on Nikes, I swear.
Not
Awful.
a good next player. I know we do see the Phantom Lancer band out as well, so it looks like they're going to go through a full ban phase.
Yeah, that is well and truly a proper ban.
Taking out the Cancer Lancer combo. A lot of people are fine with just banning out the Keeper of the Light and letting the Phantom Lancer through. There are multiple ways you can deal with them, like Gyro is a very easy hero to take down a PL with.
Grab yourself a Kunker.
Or even a Sven. And we also see the TA banned out by the Radiant side.
Which leaves the door open for the next assassin mid. Arguably more dangerous than the TA.
Looks like they might pick a CK Wisp combo. And they do.
And they do.
So this will either be put in the easy lane as a dual or tri lane, or maybe even in mid lane.
Yes, we did see yesterday the mid Wisp and CK combo quite effectively.
They did indeed kill. Very much. All over the map. I think, the Dire side got first blood and then it ended up at 17-1. It was quite a
That was their
trouncing.
only kill.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
it's all going to come down to how much map control that Wisp and CK can get.
5 seconds remaining.
They might look to pick up something like a Tinker or a Prophet to
Reserve time.
combat the global style, or even to deny those heroes to the other team. I'm thinking that the Radiant side might even go for that Prophet as their final pick in this phase. Gyrocopter is a decent hero to take down Chaos Knight as well. Very good against all illusion-based heroes with his flat cannon, pull down,
Yep,
and
AoE.
barrage. He's a complete AoE master.
I want to see this Nyx farming that Wisp as much as possible.
Yeah, but if he can pick up an early Dagon, there's not going to be much that the Wisp can do.
Taking some time for their second and third picks here.
Leaving us all in suspense.
Massive suspense.
We are saying that Nyx
Feels
is
like
going mid.
TI2 all over again.
Oh yeah. But the Nyx may be played in a safe lane tri-lane or even an offensive tri-lane.
That's true, he's a very versatile hero. And he probably will be because the Queen of Pain is going to want to go mid.
Yep. Although we have seen her go off lane as well, so depends how they want to draft it. And we see the Nature's Prophet pick up in response to the global. Also very mobile heroes. Nyx with the invisibility, Queen of Pain with the
Dire
blink.
team ban.
Yeah, a lot of escape potential there if they do get jumped on by that Chaos Knight and the Wisp.
But the Radiant side have picked up the Magnus, so their team fighters just got insanely strong. Especially against the... Even though they are mobile heroes, they're quite squishy. With the next banning phase, we might see them. They still need a couple of support heroes. The Magnus
Yeah,
can be
I'm
sent
gonna be looking
mid.
for supports with solid shutdowns.
So I think maybe a
10
good
seconds
hero to ban
remaining.
out would be the Warlock. because just of the massive AoE potential to bring out. Instead of picking the Rubik, they ban it. Usually when you see a Magnus picked up, the other team will pick up a Rubik. But I guess it just doesn't really fit in their lineup, and they don't want the possibility of an RP into Queen of Pain ult stolen by a Rubik.
Yeah, and they've just banned out the Luna there. Once again, don't want her killing off those Chaos Knight illusions and bouncing to the Wisp.
I still think that Chaos Knight would have the upper hand in that fight simply through Reality Rift and damage. There wouldn't be much that a Luna could do
is
against
Scottish, and I mean that obviously gives her a significant boost in the
Nova!
Nova!
And they do ban out the Gyrocopter as well, so they're really hitting hard on the AoE carries.
Yeah, they're putting all their eggs in one basket with that Chaos Knight and Wisp. They're going to expect them to deliver.
Still left is maybe a Naga Siren is a decent hero to pick up, or even an Anti-Mage who can take down Chaos Knight's very low mana pool, and also take on his illusions with a Mantis-style Battle Fury.
Or a Kunkka, who again has that cleave.
You and your Kunkka.
I love the Kunkka, man. Kunkka, best hero.
We also are seeing a
shot.
lack of supports on the Dire side. Nyx can be played as the support, but he is still a relatively greedy support. You want to level 6 on him as soon as possible. You often see Chuan play him as a 5, but we'll see how
I'd
they
like to see
decide to lane it.
maybe a Sand King to combo with this Magnus.
It would be a very potent combination. It also depends on how they wish to lane the Magnus, and what position he's going to fill, because they can use him as their secondary carry. Chaos Knight not being the hardest of carries, so they may even look to pick up another one and a support hero, maybe the Shadow Demon, very strong at the moment. In fact, Shadow Demon would work great with the Dire side as well. Pick up a Mirana.
Interesting choice.
I think maybe they want him to initiate on the Wisp. Either get a long range arrow or leap in Starfall. But that's, you know, going to open him up to the
might just be a hero that
stun.
someone's comfortable with.
It could be. I still don't see them dealing with the Chaos Knight illusions that well. And we see Tiny picked up.
Tiny.
So Wisp has the CK or the Tiny. So at the moment I'm thinking it's going to be a CK Wisp safe lane with a Tiny mid Magnus off lane, and we might see either a jungler picked up here or someone to go in a tri lane on the safe lane.
I'm hoping we see a Tiny toss Magnus into an RP.
That would be quite good, or even a toss skewer back into RP. But you know, it doesn't really matter at that stage once he's in. And you see the Jakiro, so we might see a tri lane here.
There you go, and the Disruptor, of course, with the ever potent glimpse against that Chaos Knight and Wisp, or the Tiny and Wisp.
Yeah, with the glimpse you can just send them right back.
Can stop those crucial ganks.
And also with the kinetic field, once Magnus RPs, if Disruptor isn't caught in it, he can throw down a kinetic field ult, and they won't be able to really take down those players properly.
Yeah, solid checkup.
We do see a decided lack of true, I don't want to say the word tank, but no sort of damage sink on the Radiant side, or Dire, I can't remember which way they are, Dire side.
Yeah, Dire.
So they are a highly mobile gank-oriented team though, so they will need to end it early against this Chaos Knight and Tiny, because their carries just don't stack up at all. So we're into the game. On the side of the Radiant, we have SgtSlick playing up on the Jakiro. Nebz Adlay on the Magnus. Loves to spooge on the Tiny. Come on, what the hell is this? Zuluuaeb on the CK, and Boneitis on the Wisp.
And on the Dire side, we've got ryceg, the stubborn mule, playing the Nyx. BaZzA on the Queen of Pain. Kljas on the Nature's Prophet. AG on the Disruptor, and Team Captain Hedge taking on the Mirana.
So it looks like
forming up.
Nyx
Looks
is...
like Mirana's going to be go farming top.
Nyx has picked up 2 gauntlets and some regen, not the standard mid build, so it looks like Queen of Pain is going mid.
Yeah, that Nyx might be going solo bot with the farming, jungling Nature's Prophet by the looks of it.
No, it looks
But
like
he is going
Nyx
top, so
is
maybe looking
heading-
for an early gank.
Or maybe just
Maybe
using him as a
abandoning-
stun in a tri-lane.
Well, yeah, that they may be abandoning that bottom lane entirely. Looks
Does
like they're
look
all
like-
roaming into their jungle.
It does look like they're sending the Wisp CK combo safe lane, Tiny mid, and Magnus Jackro off lane. Really, I would have liked to see
This
the...
dire side is,
Go on.
sorry. I'd say this dire side is looking for an early gank on this top lane.
Try and catch them while they're warding the pool camp.
Yeah,
Alright,
try to hit him
carry
real
on.
quick.
Looks like that's the reason Jackro is coming up, and Magnus isn't coming to back him up, so... Looks like they might be able to get a quick first blood here if they're not careful.
Mag
can
is
see
on
they're
out though, he's
off.
not going deep. Definitely biding his time. Yeah, there are a lot of heroes around him though at the moment if they come in.
Got
Doesn't look
2
like they've seen
dire
him.
wards placed down. Yeah,
Haste!
yeah.
They did see him come in, that's for sure. Oh, they know he's there.
He's just not finding the range for the observer. I do it myself quite often. Oh, and they found him. Unfortunately, Nyx is on the back line. No, a level 1 glimpse, and it makes the arrow miss. That's going to make this kill very hard to pick up. They might be able to
Just
do
gotta
it.
chase him for another few seconds
Oh,
and he can get
body
the-
block coming out from Magnus.
stun.
Excellent play there. And I
That's
think
all he
he's going to
needed.
be
Nyx
out
isn't
of
gonna be able to
range.
get this. That's unfortunate.
You do see Queen of Pain looking to do a pretty decent block in mid. Tiny has picked up the Stout Shield, expecting to take quite a bit of harass, but that's not going to stop Queen of Pain from shadow striking and harassing him off this lane. Generally in this kind of matchup, the Queen of Pain's going to win. Just a melee hero versus a range hero is never very easy. At least Tiny has
And that
quite...
Shadow Strike just...
Yeah.
that Shadow Strike just making things even worse.
At least Tiny might be able to stand for a while with his initial strength stat and high base damage. He can just dart in and out going for the last hits, but he's going to have to be very efficient with it.
Yeah, so we're looking like we're running their Dire's running a tri-lane on top against the Magnus and the Jakiro, which is leaving the Wisp and CK down bottom to farm all by themselves. It's really unfortunate for the Dire they didn't get that first kill. That's definitely set them back quite a bit.
They should still win this top lane, however, just simply because it is a tri-lane versus dual lane, and Jacaro's attack range being so short, he's not going to be able to do much harassment, and if Magnus comes in, they're just going to be attacked. I would really like to see them fully harass them off the creep wave, but it would require both Mirana and Disruptor to go out there.
Yeah, and the only problem, of course, being that Nyx is going to get reduced experience, and that's a hero you want to get to level 6 as quickly as possible.
Yep. And so far, we don't see any stacking from the Dire side. There is a
No, they are
Radiant
sitting
Ward
in
there.
that lane.
So it looks like the Radiant Ward has blocked off the pool cam. Disruptor taking quite a lot of damage. As I said, both Mirana and Disruptor will have to go up if they want to fight them off experience range. Just because the Disruptor by himself won't be able to stand up to the Magnus and Jacaro. Meanwhile, the CK and Wisp are free farming bottom. I'd really like to see Wisp actually change to middle lane, because if they're not putting anyone in this off lane, CK is going to get free farm, and Wisp being here is just going to sap experience from him, and it'll just be wasting Wisp's time as well.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be there.
We can see the defensive tri-lane actually, getting pushed quite into their tower. They're not doing the best job at harassing this lane. Mirana's farm is sitting at 4 and 2. It's not great, but it is okay. One of the downfalls of Mirana is her very low starting base damage. Makes it very hard to hit under the tower. And with your supports trying to hit the creeps as well, it makes it even harder.
Yes, they're definitely contesting the farm a bit in this lane, which is what they want to be doing. And this CK sitting on 18 last hits already down on the bottom lane. He is missing a few, which is unfortunate for a completely free farm.
I'd put that down mainly to his highly variable base damage. It's 63 to 93, so there is a bit of room for error there. See the mana burn. Ooh, and it looks like a bit of wonderful skewer in by Magnus there, but it looks like Mirana's going to pick up the kill with a leap.
Go down to Mirana for first blood.
They're going to harass Magnus off, but they won't be able to pick up the kill from that. But a nice combination there. Jacaro overstepped his mark. He got hit with a stun and a lightning strike from Disruptor. It was followed up really well with the Starfall and a leap. Tiny gets a solo kill on the Queen of Pain. Very interesting. Wasn't expecting that at all. He's also out farming her, and it looks like he's going to pick up an illusion room bottom as well. Chaos Knight eating quite a few auto attacks outside of the tower range. Trying to make sure that it doesn't go in, so last hits are easier. And it looks like Disruptor's abandoned top lane and is coming bottom. I don't really agree with this move. I think they should have kept up with the damage at top. Really put pressure on them and forced kills. The Disruptor's not really going to be able to do much.
Really isn't going to be able to do anything against this level 5.
In fact, if Wisp and CK go in now, just one tether, Reality Rift and stun is going to be the death of Disruptor. It looks like he is
backing off. We are getting drawing on the map from the CK. He wants to go in on it. Not realising the Disruptor has backed off, but he's...
Disruptor is walking back in. It's very dangerous for him.
This is going to be Disruptor.
Yep. See the stun, followed up by a tether.
There's the stun.
He's running through. Glimpse back of CK though, nice work. So he manages to escape with the disruption. Bit of a misplay without the reality rift. He's left with 130 health. And up at top we see Magnus picking up a bottle. So he's going to be able to get a few last hits with some shockwave spam here. And the Magnus actually with more hits than the tri-lane farming Mirana. So you can really see that shockwave come into play, and also just with the Disruptor going out, there's just not enough pressure on here to force them back.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
This Nature's Prophet in the jungle, he's gone boots first, which indicates that he's not going for the Hand of Midas. Which will, of course, affect his farm late game.
Looks like he might be going for a more gank-oriented build, but he is sitting at level 3. Should definitely be a lot higher by now.
Yeah, that's very slow.
See him not microing his Treants here, so he's just letting them die and losing quite a bit. And it looks like Mirana is just gonna give up 500 ping and packet loss. So it's on Optus.
Optus, but of course caused by the
Death with honor.
Very odd.
Edge not being able to give up his pawn to play Dota.
Come
Looks like we're gonna have a good game.
That's GG.
Someone's
Game 2.
So we can see the experience was well in the Radiant side, almost 5k advantage at 7 minutes in, and almost 4 or 3k advantage in gold as well. So even if they had stayed in, I don't see how they would have been able to salvage it. A solo kill for the Tiny on a Queen of Pain mid shouldn't happen. And even though they got the early kill in the tri-lane, they were still being completely out-farmed. So this is going to be the end of the game.
I'm just waiting for everyone to leave.
That's
And
4
the Tiny takes down the Queen of Pain, and it looks like he's going to get the Disruptor as well.
5.
Oh, and he gets it,
Back to
and gets
soon
glimpsed
enough.
out of tower range.
Out of danger.
Loves to spooge. Spooges all
Loves
over
to
the Dyer's
spooge.
face.
Too pro.
But the Nyx and Prophet are still sticking in here. It looks like Nyx really wants a kill on that Jacaro.
Dyer's mid
But he just doesn't have enough damage. Jacaro now salving up.
like a kid in school.
Nyx with his broken legs trying to go back in for it.
And Nyx also salving up.
Well,
It's just going to come down to an auto attack battle, and it really won't be enough. And I think they've just
This
both
Nature's
backed
Prophet
off.
should be coming in to help.
TP in and a Sprout would mean the death of the Jacaro. But there's no help coming, and even though the game's over, he's content to just sit in his jungle, farming his creeps very slowly.
Looks like we lost one.
And it looks like the Dire will actually pull out a surprise win.
Yes.
All of the Radiant have
Victory to the
disconnected.
Dire. With Nature's Prophet having achieved nothing
Guess
at
what's
all.
happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
So in just a moment, we'll see the throne explode and the victory go to the Dire team.
Let's look at some careers.
We have
Mythical
Stumpy.
Stumpy.
Yep.
very
And
boring.
looks like Chuckles the Brave on the other team. Chicken Courier.
Ah, nothing interesting. Well,
Not at all.
GG, go next.
Yep, 7-1. There we go. An exhilarating first game. Dun 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 dun. Ah, you can't see this on the stream at all. And now we wait. Bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 ba. Someone's friend is coming. Camel Nigger. Yeah, great name there, dude. Oh, there we go. Bots are gonna be in the game. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Yes, Kit. I didn't lock her in. Hurry. I didn't mean to shut the kitten in. Love you. Good girl, Zenny. Oh, and we're in the game.
We sure are.
Hey yo, it's okay yo. Hide and not and spend all your dough. Got some great names here, don't we?
We do.
Camel nigger, Chikity Chonk,
Chikity Chonk, Flammington.
Spooge.
Flammington.
Maybe even Flammington, but I like Flammington. Makes him
like
sound like
combination
he's Flamingo Lamington.
Well, I assumed he was a gay Lamington.
Maybe.
He's
Maybe he's like a rainbow
Flaming.
Lamington.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's just from Flemington and can't spell.
Maybe he's just horrible.
I also like Boneitis, but
my Boneitis.
I think that's somebody from Futurama. I don't
Yeah, it is. It's the '80s guy that comes back and fries his protege.
Oh, okay. Lordy, lordy, lord.
Come on, this ain't over.
To game 3.
And there we go. Game over.
That's game 2 of this best of 3.
There we go. Apparently we have 5 now. Oh baby. And it looks like we're loading back into the game. Da 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 da. Are you here, Daniel? Daniel! And oh yeah, there we go. There's Daniel. Hi, Daniel. You were the last to load for some reason. You should do our intro again once you finish stuffing your face, you fat bastard.
I was eating a picnic.
Yeah, you would eat the whole picnic, you fat bastard.
don't want to be Reeves.
Grow fat, my concubine. I should close my door again so the kitten doesn't kill me.
I'm telling kid on you.
So we already see the Phantom Lancer, Nakes, and Nyx banned out. We'll probably see a Keeper of the Light banned out, maybe a Bat Rider. Those are pretty much the tier 1 bans for the first stage nowadays. Just no one really wants to play against them. We might even see a Wisp banned out because he has been featuring quite a lot in these DotA's hard games and doing very well. But we do see the Bat Rider go out.
I really don't want to see another CK Wisp.
I'm gonna bet first pick Magnus.
Oh.
And we'll see a Wisp CK pick up. Because it wasn't banned out. But who knows?
I can't fathom why anyone would be more afraid of a Bat Rider than they would of a Wisp CK.
I would say it's because Bat Rider just gives so much teamfight presence. Like with a Firefly and a couple of stacks of Napalm, it's pretty insane the amount of damage you can do just passively.
Lena back.
Shadow Demon and Lena, don't blow your load. But we've got the Shadow Demon and Lena, an extremely potent dual roam. They can even be played in a very offensive tri-lane going for kills early on, so we might see someone like a Luna to complement that as a carry farmer in that lane.
And there is the Ezalur. Picked up.
Isolor.
10 seconds remaining.
Excellent at countering said tri-lanes.
And the Chaos Knight. So I'm going to say Keeper of the Light and Chaos Knight are going to lane together, maybe harass a bit with the Illuminate, stun, maybe Reality Rift, and use Chakra Magic to get back up to full mana again.
I hope this Radiant team has the good sense to
Ban out the Wisp in the next ban.
Dire team ban.
If they don't,
and
I
they
would
pick up
be
the Queen of Pain.
very surprised.
Queen of Pain going to be their mid-roll. Again, very strong ganking hero.
And yeah, Shadow Demon, Lena, Queen of Pain, you've got a mass amount of burst magic damage, especially with that Soul Catcher leveled up. And an easy Light Strike Array follow-up from the Disruption.
I'd like to see a Rubik pick it up against this. His aura would negate a lot of the damage potential of this team.
And maybe even pick up an Anti-Mage as a secondary carry with the natural magic resist. And the Wisp is banned out.
The Anti-Mage was banned out in the last ban.
Ah, right, yep, we do see the Anti-Mage banned out. I think they're going to pick it up and they ban it out. But obviously they don't want him to go against the Chaos Knight or Keeper of the Light.
Nope.
Of course, Anti-Mage quite potent against the Chaos Knight if he gets his early Battle Fury. The Chaos Knight illusions go down decently quickly, especially with that magic resistance blink. CK just can't really lock him down.
I'd like to see. I'd actually quite like to see a Void on the Radiant team. We've got a lot of heroes that can work effectively from outside of Chrono.
Very true. You can see a Disruption or even a Scream thrown through.
Yeah, and all of Lena's spells can just blast through them. It's nobody really nobody's melee yet, so.
Have a large AoE. You see the Jackro ban out. They know that they're quite short on hard supports. The Keeper of the Light usually played more as a 4 position, stacking and pulling for a tri-lane. And you do need to get a bit of farm up on Keeper of the Light. He is decent without any, but it really does make him all that much more effective with a tiny bit of farm.
And so easy to farm with that Illuminate.
10 seconds.
Yeah, just stack up the camps, blast and Illuminate through it, and you get yourself some easy experience.
5 seconds remaining.
Unless they're golems. You're screwed.
Unless they're Mud Golems.
Reserve time.
Nobody
You
likes
see
you
the
mud golems.
Brewmaster banned out.
Team ban.
My
Brewmaster is a very strong
own-
pick, and they do lack an offlane hero. So yeah, a decent ban out. Brew doesn't have an especially high
Brew.
skill ceiling either, and his
And
ultimate
there's the
is
ban of the
extremely
Rubik,
potent.
Dire team pick.
which I was going to pick. Winrunner.
So that will be their offlane solo. Shackle quite good against the Shadow Demon and Lena. If they get disabled for any large amount of time, they are extremely easy to burst down, especially as locking down Queen of Pain.
And of course that Focus fire, excellent for taking down those towers
Yep.
and pushing with Keeper of the Light.
Do you see
Bounty Hunter's picked up.
Bounty Hunter
He's going to be hunting that Keeper.
and an Earthshaker? So we're likely to see the Magnus taking up the secondary farming role, possibly even a semi-carry Windrunner, or, you know, really hopefully a carry Earthshaker. I always love to see those Shadow Blade Battle Fury builds from him with Enchant Totem.
Always fun.
Daedalus, big crits all day.
The Radiant team's still not having any kind of big carry.
10 seconds.
And there's the
they
Luna
got
to go with the
biggest
tri-lane.
carry in the game.
And we
Luna
have a
and Lena
team
on-
very heavy on boobs for the Radiant side.
Yes.
And
then
Windrunner
we
just
have the,
can't compete with that.
Well, no, and the obvious superiority of Lena, Bounty Hunter, and Luna, who are three of my favourite heroes. I don't see how this Radiant team can lose.
It's very straightforward laning from the Radiant. We're going to see a tri-lane with Luna, Shadow Demon, and Lena on the easy lane, Queen of Pain mid, and Bounty Hunter on the off lane. The Dire side could lane it a little differently. Probably see an Earthshaker CK, Keeper of the Light tri-lane, with a Magnus mid and a Windrunner
Everybody
off lane.
get set.
But
On the Radiant side, we have Boneitis taking the Shadow Demon, zuluuaeb taking the Luna, Flammington on the Bounty Hunter, Chikity Chonk on the Queen of Pain, and we're gonna say Camel on the Lena.
Camel and 1 Giga. It's
Yes.
Camel and 1
Camel
good
and
gamer.
Camel and Igga. Yeah.
And on the side of the Dire, we have SgtSlick, captain on the Keeper of the Light. Loves to spooge on the Earthshaker. We also have AG on the Windrunner, who is going into that offlane position. We see Magnus on
30 seconds
Nebz
to
Adlay,
showtime.
taking up the mid roll, and CK going top to farm, already picking up a Quelling Blade and Stout Shield.
Love Spooge showed his skill in the last game, facing off with a Tiny against the Queen of Pain and absolutely dominating the lane. I'm looking forward to seeing big things from him this game.
Yes, indeedy. We do see him up on the support role this time. So, we'll see what he can do.
And they're off.
And Windrunner not able to get in for the ward pool here. They've completely scouted it out, and if she's not careful, she can be initiated on here. But we have Luna leading the charge, and then instant D ward on the rune ward. Yep, they haven't killed it off just yet.
Bounty
Now
Hunter
they
headed
have.
up top to... Bounty Hunter has warded that top rune and he got spotted out by Earthshaker, who hasn't placed his sentry ward yet, despite clearly seeing him place it. Interesting.
Oh, there we go. The sentry comes down,
Now
and
looks
that,
like it's...
I think it may be just out of range because he hasn't gone
Yeah.
for it.
Looks like
And-
it's not within range.
Oh no! Now
Oh,
we see him
you
get
can
it.
see it. He just
But
hadn't gone around the corner.
But he has missed this initial spawn up. We see some action on the bottom. Luna's auto attacking Windrunner down. Shadow Demon's too slow though, so it won't result in a kill, but effectively harassing him off lane, and he's going to have to burn through some of his regen. Only
Huddle
coming
being a
down
level 1
with...
blast off on top
Danivus.
against this Bounty Hunter. They've got a sentry ward. This looks like a first blood on the Bounty.
I think he's
Bishop
going to
blocking
get
him
out
off.
of... Oh,
The
the
Kong's gonna
Illuminate.
get another blast if he...
Nope, he's gone to the
Oh,
left.
the Illuminate
Oh, and he's
oh,
revealed
he's
himself
straight
by
to
eating a
the
tango.
Big mistake.
Ah,
Big mistake.
bad move there.
My quest
So first blood goes to the tri-lane of the Dire side. He had escaped from that
15.
range of the sentry, but unfortunately,
But he did know that if he sat there, the Coddle would have just blasted that area again and likely picked him up.
we see
He had no
if
escape there, but
people didn't know, Tango does break invisibility. So unfortunate for him there that they were right next to him and could easily spot him out.
his only route out would have been to go up and through the rear exit here.
Yep, if you manage
They
to
escaped.
cut down the trees.
But he didn't know exactly where the position of the sentry ward, so he may have thought it was further up the lane.
Shadow Demon taking quite a lot of harass from this creep wave and a power shot, but he does manage to dodge it. But unfortunately they do need the disruption set up, and he's dropping extremely low here. He's going to need a salve up, which he does
Down to
do.
50 health before he sells.
So we do see the Keeper of the Light laying on the Chakra Magic on himself. Doing some good denying here. Luna is quite ahead of farm, but with the pickup of the First Blood, I'd definitely give him the advantage to the Dire side at the moment.
Well, if you look at the net worth, Luna is still ahead of the Magnus and the Chaos Knight.
Yep. I believe the First Blood actually went on to the Keeper of the Light. Check.
It did.
Yep, it was Keeper of the Light there.
Not the best to take advantage of it.
It looks like they're going on Bounty Hunter again. They stun him twice in range of the ward, and they have blocked him off.
Fissure.
An excellent Fissure there, and that'll be the
That's another
second
kill.
death for the Bounty Hunter.
Loves to spooge, not disappointing.
Some excellent Fissures this game. Really MVP.
Shooting
And
his
it
fissures
looks like
all
Queen
over
of
that
Pain and
Bounty
Magnus
Hunter's
have had a fight at the room, but Queen of Pain did pick up a regen rune, and this might be the death of Magnus. With one more blink screen, he's going to go
She does have a
down.
blink, she's blinking in.
One more second, and that's the death of
And
Magnus.
there's the death.
A solo kill. Magnus really not the best at contesting runes when Queen of Pain's around. He can maybe charge her up onto a cliff, but she can always blink down again.
Here comes the Coddle Blast, but she has spotted him out, and it won't hit anything other than creeps.
Looks like they're going to try go on Windrunner here, and Disruption is there. We'll see the Light Strike array follow up. Oh, but it's just too early.
Slightly too early.
Maybe 0.1 or 2 of a second too early, so they miss out on that kill, and Windrunner just instantly runs away, so the auto attacks of Luna do nothing. We are getting a bit of a wraparound by Coddle here. Looks like he's going to blast Queen of Pain. Takes off a large chunk of health there. But Magnus unable to follow up with a shockwave. Queen of Pain will just bottle up. Instantly eats a shockwave to the face. So really the power of that Magnus harass in middle when he gets up that bottle and starts crowing.
Looks like Magnus is going to get the Illusion Rune and deny that from Queen of Pain. That's going to cost her. She's probably going to need a bottle crow at this point.
You see Luna's still quite far ahead in the CS, 22-6. And Lena attempts to harass Windrunner back from experience range. She has managed to get up a level 2. So she does have the power shot and wind run.
But against this tri-lane, Luna's sitting on level 4 already.
And she already has Tranquils up. Looks like she's got 600. We'll see if she opts to go for the drums or maybe an early BKB.
Tranquils, of course, are still viable on Luna because she does have the highest base movement speed in the game.
Very
So
true.
won't be suffering too much when those break.
I believe CK has equal highest or even the highest by... No, equal highest. 330. No, 3... No. No, Luna has the highest by 5, maybe. I can't maths at the moment. What's 80 minus 55? 325. So yeah, Luna's got it by 5.
325.
Yeah. So yeah, Luna with 330.
I thought she was slightly better.
And you know, kind of an inadvertent buff to CK and Luna with the kind of nerf on boots by the 5 movements. We do see a dust coming out, the illuminate and the stun, and this will be a 3rd death for Bounty Hunter.
Radiant's top tower.
Chaos Knight really needs to, yep, and he's taken the aggro off. See the courier coming in with even more sentries and dust, so this Bounty Hunter really can't stay in the lane anymore.
Radiant's top tower's in bad
Shout out
shape.
to the spectator Mysterious, who's correctly identifying me as being right. Thank you very much.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
That 5 movement speed. I knew CK was high, but you know, just off there.
Look, I know my Luna. I know exactly how she's superior, and it's in every way, so...
And a disappointing lack of hat on the Lena, though, I've got to say. Camel N1
You
Guga.
can't play a solid Lena without the hat combo.
Nothing. We do see CK doing quite a bit of substantial damage to the top tower. Bounty Hunter's still coming back to this lane. I kind of question this move. He knows he really can't stand here that well. And we do see Keeper of the Light rotating middle. I'm not sure what they're really trying to achieve here. Queen of Pain can blink out quite easily, and she does have the all-important 4-point scream on point in ult combo. So we
That
might
blast
see
manages to hit absolutely nothing. Completely wasted there.
we might see Queen of Pain get a bit more active around the map now. It would be really good if they can try and make something happen on that tri lane, get some a kill up on the CK, who is sitting at 950 health at the moment. Very easily burst down with the Bounty Hunter with Shuriken being almost maxed out. They might be waiting
Now,
for
what
the
do you
level
think's
6
going
though.
on? What do you think's going on with this double circlet on the Bounty Hunter?
I think he was just trying to get some early stats, and we see the light strike array timed well this time. It's going to come out, but Queen of Pain is going to be able to follow it up with a blink. And unfortunately no mana, but she will get it with an auto attack. So a good little gank there by the Shadow Demon Lina combo.
Lina walks straight into the Coddle Blast as well. She's going to give chase, but I don't know if there's enough.
Invisibility.
She does pick up the invisibility
Comes
rune.
in with an Invis rune. His Bounty Hunter going to be coming in on the other side. Coddle's being trapped by two invisible
Yeah.
heroes.
Guess what's happening to Dire
And
bottom
Bounty
tower?
Hunter has tracked him up, throws
Radiant's
out the
mid
Shuriken,
tower
but it's
keeps
not
hanging.
going to be enough damage. We've got some
Still going for it.
Earthshaker coming in with some support.
Dire's bottom tower.
The dust goes out, so Bounty Hunter is seen. Killing spree for the Chaos Knight with a kill on the Lina.
Lina
They're not
managed
going to
kill
follow
Keeper
the
of
Bounty
Light.
Hunter.
The Dire best do something about that bottom
Loves to
tower.
spooge, continuing to love to spooge.
Spooging in great lines across the map. We also see a bit of a dive by Luna here. I think she's just trying to harass Windrunner off the lane a little bit more. She has opted for the Ring of
hero for
Aquila.
pushing towers. She should be able to push this tower down fairly easily.
I think we'll need to see someone rotate in for that to happen. Although it is only a couple of hits off. I
And
think
it's a level 4 Windrunner that really can't do anything.
it still can be defended by maybe a TP in from one of the supports, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
of course, of course.
Earthshaker and Chaos Knight, yep. Got a TP up on Chaos Knight, but Keeper of the Light and Earthshaker Earthshaker with just the naked boots. Still doing a lot for
The
his
naked
team.
boost looks like he's rushing those quick arcanes.
Yep, definitely.
When I say quick, it's 9 minutes in, so it's not really quick.
That's still decent. We still see zuluuaeb leading the last hitting.
Radiant's top tower.
Still just keeping the creeps outside of the tower. I'm not sure why she didn't just auto attack them down. It's free farm for her, and she's taking needless
Radiant's
harass at the
top
moment.
tower's in bad shape.
I'm guessing she just wants to build up the wave a bit
The
first, I
Radiant
guess.
lost the top tower.
I think she's
Radiant,
just keeping it out of tower range.
yeah, but she could easily just
Oh,
auto attack
Tranquiling
it down at
Boots.
the same time.
Yeah, just tranquiling brutes through that creep wave.
And CK and Earthshaker do manage to take the top lane, and with that tower, Earthshaker picks up some dust and his arcane boots. Courier flies Magnus a salve. Really, he should have put the bottle on the Courier there and bottle crowed a bit, because he's still going to be a bit low on health after that. We've got the Queen of Pain, Lina, and Shadow Demon rotating around. Like they're trying to go for a D ward, but the Dire ward actually sitting on this low
What's with
ground
all
here
the
won't be able to
scribbling?
be spotted out by the sentry here.
Quap wants to go on mid here, could be slightly dangerous with the Earthshaker.
Of course, I haven't seen the Earthshaker because they don't have vision of the higher ground there. It looks like Lena's going off to check the rune, which was picked up earlier. We see up top Chaos Knight. I think he's going to prepare for a stack. Or just actually just a single pull into the wave, maybe trying to add some pressure onto that top tower. And really at this point he could be free farming up this wave though, so not really quite sure what he's jumping
Dire's
him
bottom
on.
tower's getting the business.
TP
And Luna
Earthshaker coming
does
down,
get
but
the
you've got a
tower,
stun
and
on the Luna. She does get the tower.
The shackle shot not latching
Oh,
there.
Tower shot.
Power shot does hit her. Got a track and a shuriken up on Windrunner. She manages to just walk away. Not windwalk. What am I saying? Windrun away. Even her damn name.
It's hard to remember that spell. Hard, very hard.
We see a full grouped up bottom, and we also see a Keeper of the Light heading in the side. We might see him trying to counter push this lane a bit.
Looks like he's going to try for a blast. It is going to possibly hit the Bounty Hunter, who doesn't get out of the way.
and does also hit on the siege creep there. And we see Mag picking up an invis and popping it instantly. Also taking a sip of his bottle. You can do that during fade time. So if you are a bit low on health or mana, it's really good to pop that invis and hit the bottle straight away again, so you regen up some health. I'd really like to see them set up kill with this invis rune. It's really easy to get an RP, then skewer back into your teammate, you know, with a bit of follow-up from Earthshaker, but he's going to dispel it with a shockwave.
Yeah, spectacular use of that invisibility there.
The shockwave spam taking Queen of Pain down to half health. She's going to have to bottle up, and she uses a one charge as well, but it's only at 450 health. She can't really go in on this. If she does, Magnus can just RP and shockwave, and she'll die instantly. We might see a disruption in. No, he skewers away after noticing the Shadow Demon. Looks to Spooge heading back to base, and we see Keeper of the Light illuminating camps here. Charge it up. You can hit from the small camp to the large camp. You can see taking a bit of damage. Him trying to get some golden experience through taking down these stat camps. And we do see an armlet on the Chaos Knight. Luna's managed to...
Ping's coming out on this Luna.
Looks like Chaos Knight wants to go in, but he has to be very careful of the Eclipse. He has used his ultimate, but it's only a level 1 ultimate. I don't know if he'll be able to get this. Now. And the Eclipse comes out, but the stun is good, and he survives with 20 health. The armlet toggle back up to 500. Very, very good stun there from Earthshaker, right on time. Looked like Luna was about to cast a Lucid Beam there. Take off the kill on the CK, and you know, who am I to say, getting that early point in illusion looks like it spread the damage of Eclipse and saved him in this instance. We might see the Keeper of the Light go down if Queen of Pain throws out her ulti, but she backs off. Oh, and Magnus whiffs the RP.
Whiffs majorly.
And loves to Spooge coming through, but the Coddle does go down to an... What was it, an auto attack at the Queen of Pain there, or...?
I'd say that's to the dot of the Queen of Pain.
Yep. Looks like she did get off that Shadow Strike. So the Soul Catcher was applied to the Keeper of the Light. So some good amp damage there, and it looks like Magnus is going to pick up a double damage rune up top. Loves to Spooge really coming through for his team here, managing to get some stuns just in time in top lane, and then rotating mid instantly and getting another one off. Still Luna farming quite well.
Oh, did that hurt?
We see 1 kill and 1 death on her. What really helps the CK is he's got 3 kills and 2 assists. We can see the net worth is going in his favor because of this. Sitting currently only just above the Luna. But in Radiant's favor, they do have a farming Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain has quite far ahead of the Magnus in the matchup.
Coming apart.
Yes, and that Luna does have the better farming ability than the Chaos Knight, though he is being helped out by the Magnus empowering him and giving him that cleave.
Dyer's top
Looks like Chaos Knight is on his way to buying some drums. And Luna has picked up a Yasha. So not sure if she'll finish off the Manta style or maybe get drums or BKB first. Often we'll see the Yasha pick up just for the movement speed and armor increase. And then they'll finish off a different item and then go back for the Manta style for some split pushing. See some sentries on the courier, but he's going back to base.
Chaos Knight with the rather spectacular purple bubble hounds. Farming up the camp here.
You can see the stat camp the Keeper of the Light gave to him. And the Magnus in Rage. In Power, sorry. Magnus in Power, letting him farm that camp quite easily. You might see a defense on mid. Looks like Luna wants to push it with her aura. Choosing not to max out the aura and instead started skilling glaives. At this point it is only an extra 8 damage, so it's not too great. Glaives would provide a bit more extra damage, but it's always good to have that when you are trying to push early, because it does buff all of your nearby heroes.
Yeah, the value of that Lunar Blessing comes obviously the earlier you get it.
Yeah, the flat damage runs scale quite well. We see her drop the Eclipse, and it's an easy kill on the Keeper of the Light. She is diving, but she manages to dodge the Reality Rift from the fog. Magnus
Yeah, that
gets
445
disrupted,
movement speed is...
and Chaos Knight brings Shattered him and just kills him in 2 easy hits. Damage from the armlet coming out. We see the RP come out right as the ultimate does. Will she be able to get the Magnus? No, he bottles up and he manages to save through. On the back end, Bounty Hunter kills Chaos Knight with the help of what sounded like a Laguna Blade, and it was. Substitute coming through, maybe a big ultimate here, and he gets him, killing spree.
Getting off those 2 stuns.
Oh, and the Keeper of the Light Illuminate coming through, but he's not going to come in. He dusts a bit too late,
Bit of a
and
late dust there.
the extra movement speed from FaZe, along with him being tracked, so getting the bonus movement speed means Bounty Hunter can get away free. But this may mean a tower if they choose to push it. Windrunner not the best pushing hero, but it looks like they're just going to back off without the CK here to help them. Get a little bit of farming up in the enemy jungle. Magnus has picked up his blink, a very important pickup for him there. A lot easier to get off those blink RPs, and also to even a blink skewer to make high ground attacking a bit easier.
And we see that on the Earthshaker as well. So they've got 2 very strong blink initiators here.
You can see that he picked that up after the last fight, before he just walked in to get the ultimate off. So very, very strong initiation. If Magnus blinks in RPs, Earthshaker follows it up, it's going to be very hard to defend it if it's pulled off correctly.
Trouble brewing at
Shadow
Radiant's bottom
Demon.
tower.
It's a shaker, but it looks like they're just going to go their separate ways.
Dyer's mid tower's having
It looks like they're going to go for a bit of a trade. D1's going down on the bottom and mid.
Can't
They
do
are
nothing
fortifying
about
mid,
Dyer's
so we might see a
structures.
DP in defense.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Yeah, we see Keeper of the Light TPing in, and also, but it's a bit of a slow TP. Shadow Demon does miss the disruption though, so I don't think it's going to be punished here. See the fight very spread out. Keeper of the Light maybe going to be going on by Queen of Pain and Luna. Luna does, yeah, and this will be the death of Keeper of the Light. And an excellent Fisher again, blocking off Lena. And a wonderful RP. Oh, but the scream comes through from Queen of Pain and cleans up the support.
I declare.
Chaos Knight's not going to be able to fight this at all. He's going to need to toggle that armlet. He does so. The Dragon Slave goes wide, but with a track, you're going to have perfect vision of him.
Dyer's mid tower.
Still, yep, and the Lucent Beam gets him in the middle of a
Clearly not your best.
a Shuriken
Radiant's top
and an armlet
towers
toggle.
are-
So he did toggle it successfully, but the Shuriken and the Lucent Beam, too much burst for the 475 remaining HP. And it does look like Luna's going into that BKB. So an excellent fight
that,
to counter initiate from the Radiant
how much
there.
that magic burst coming out in that fight. That was a nearly perfect RP, but just too much damage from the Radiant team.
Yeah, the counter scream really took out the supports for the Dire side there, and once they have all of their stun lock gone, the CK was just left exposed and he wasn't able to do much there. He just gets cleaned up by the rest of the team.
If we look at the Golden XP graphs, the Radiant have come back massively from that last fight.
We can see a 3,000 experience swing there, very up and down beforehand. When we see a blink in from Earthshaker and an Illuminate cleans up the Lena, but Queen of Pain is here. Might be able to attack this. Oh, and Earthshaker takes out the ultimate and the Storm.
Somebody's cooking.
Luna takes out the Earthshaker, but also eats a 3-second stun. Shadow Demon with a disruption there. Pulled back in, and Chaos Knight gets another kill. And Shadow Demon eats an Illuminate on the backside. Luna having to buy back, which will delay her BKB by quite a bit, but she does need to if they wish to defend. RP comes back up in 1 second. We see that blink initiate, but he whiffs the skewer, stops it, and CK just goes in for a reality rift and kills off the Shadow Demon in 1 hit.
No
You see the
breaking
Bounty
down
Hunter?
Radiant structures like this.
Tracking up heroes in preparation, but it looks like they're just going to back off. Really, I think the Bounty Hunter is the way that they can get back into this. Again, the gold dipping, another 3,000 experience swing in another fight going all the way of Dire. With the Luna dying and then buying back and not really achieving anything. We do see an Ancient stack though being employed by the Radiant. So this is going to get Luna quite a bit of farm. It is spotted out by the Windrunner, so we might see this contest some pings coming out from the Windrunner, and another power shot goes through, but it looks like Luna's going to be able to clear up the stack before they can get in position. And Lena standing on the steps just for good measure. Magnus still does have his RP, so you can always blink up, but with the track they're going to be able to spot that out.
Queen of Pain going back to farming on the bottom lane. Looks like she is working up to... I'm
going to say Scythe at this point,
yeah,
with the ultimate orb pickup. And they do need the lockdown on the Chaos Knight, or even if they hex an illusion, it instantly kills it off, so that's a large chunk of damage that gets taken out of that ultimate. Force Staff is up on the Windrunner. Not the highest level here, but still quite effective. All she needs to really do is Windrun in and Force Staff an important hero back or forward, and she's really done her job. We can see
quite a large range in the levels actually, and
yep.
Quite evenly spread amongst the two teams.
We can see from 14 to 8, and it is very through the Radiant and the Dire side.
Towers coming apart.
Going through. See some 700 crits coming out, but that is a Quelling Blade hit, so probably more near 500 on heroes coming up from CK. The Dust and Sentries picked up on Earthshaker, and it looks like they're going to go for a wraparound and try to take out these heroes. The BKB is completed on Luna, along with the Yasha, so we'll see her pick up a Mantis style next. Luna is playing very aggressively, and it looks like they have a disruption, and a Light Strike Array hits on the Keeper of the Light, and this will be a dead Keeper. Not sure if the track projectile actually hit, and Magnus going down to the Luna. It looks like Eclipse is spent, but Chaos Knight comes back in. One more hit, and that's the death of the Luna.
That's
We've got the Shadow Demon being chased down here by the Windrunner, who's going to pick up that kill. It was an excellent display of patience from DotA, who sat himself up on that cliff just waiting for the blink in.
And it looks like they're going to de-ward, but the ward's going to run out right as Earthshaker blinks up there. So he's going to kill it pretty much right as it expires anyway, so he's going to feel good about himself, but not really achieving too much apart from getting himself stuck on a cliff for the next 20 seconds.
Dire's got one last
He's able
top
to
tower.
down. And meanwhile, Queen of Pain kills the T1 tower top and TP's out to defend mid. She is up at 2600 gold, so maybe seeing that Mystic Staff come out soon. She may want to save for buyback though. See what she decides to do. Keeper of the Light choosing to put down an Observer Ward here, even though... Oh, okay, the Dire one's about to expire there, 5 seconds, so no, that's alright. As far as warding go, we see quite an offensive ward spotting out the Radiant camp just here. De-warding possibly going up near the Ancient stack. It looks like Radiant really want to have vision of that area. But Keeper of the Light places the Dire ward higher up, so they still have vision of the room, but not over the other side of the river. At this stage of the game, I like to see a bit more offensive warding. Maybe even put a ward up in the high ground there just to spot out hero movement through the center. Looks like Magnus might try for a blink forward on the Lena here. But he misses the skewer attempt, and the Fisher blocks them off, so they're not going to be able to go on it.
Guess what's happening to
First
Dire's
mistake we've
bottom
seen from
tower.
DotA.
And Camel N1 GG is quite surprised
Dire's
that she got rid of that scot-free.
Appropriately surprised, I think, by that turn of events.
One big difference that we see between the two teams is
Dire best do something.
Chaos Knight is heading off the net worth, but with the next three heroes being Radiant, they do have a bit of an advantage, but then the supports on the Radiant side are so poor. We see an Eclipse BKB, death of the Keeper of the Light instantly, and the a solo RP, I don't agree with that.
RP, oh.
The Yes comes in and cleans up.
Come in and clean up.
Double kill. They spot out the Bounty Hunter on high ground. We see a 2 for 2 trade there, or 3 for 2 actually, with a Keeper of the Light Death early on. It does favour, I would say it still favours the Radiant just with the extra golden experience, but they do manage to take out that Queen of Pain, who is the 3rd highest farmer. And Luna has actually overtaken Chaos Knight with the Ancient Stack Gold here. Bounty Hunter starting up on Chaos Knight, and we see Yule Scepter from Melina and stun follow-up. Perfect there. The ES comes in with an ultimate and a combination. Really doing his work here. BKB armlet ult from CK. I don't know if he'll be able to do much with this. And a bad armlet toggle. Looks like he dies to a creep, maybe. Queen of Pain wasn't nearby, so there was no tick there. A bit of a misplay from the... Bit of a mistake there from the CK.
On the other side, waiting to go on him. Perhaps a little late coming in, and he does TP away. Blink away, rather.
We see Soul Catcher on the Windrunner, but she's going to be able to Windrun away. Queen of Pain has plenty of mana to chase this, but we do see an Invis Magnus lurking on the high ground.
Radiant's top tower.
But RP is 15 seconds off. It will last the duration of the invisibility, so I'd really like to see him scout out a bit. Try and get in range for that, but it looks like they're going to
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
And he walks right by a Radiant sentry ward.
Thanks to their sentries.
So they're just going to back off, and seeing as they know that Magnus is there. And we see the Mantis Style finished up on the Luna.
Bounty Hunter here, looking like he's going for a Battle Fury. A bit of an odd pickup at 28 minutes into the game.
Also, I don't really agree with the Battle Fury pickup on Bounty Hunters. Generally, Battle Fury is a creep farming item, and as Bounty Hunter, you really just want to be in team fights, picking off heroes. Also, the Janata Strike does not splash. A lot of people believe it does. It does make the Janata hit for quite high damage, but it doesn't actually splash anything but the auto attack.
Yeah, I'd much rather see him building crit. Perhaps?
Not quite a crit. I think a Desolator is still best on Bounty Hunter, because it does afford an extra. And Bounty Hunter does actually pick up a Mithril Hammer, so even though he's picked up the Perseverance and Claymore, he's up for a
Perhaps hearing you and sensing that Desolator was the way to go.
Or maybe he's going to try for a BKB to mitigate some of this AoE magic spam that the
That is possible. And of course we all know that Desolator is a perfectly good late game pickup, so he may be doing that in the 40 or 50 minute mark.
Now Daniel's saying this because I always give him shit for picking up a Desolator on Skeleton King, let's say about 30 minutes or so into the game when he's already picked up an AC, already picked up plenty of items.
Solid item, always solid. Always a solid item. The Radiant are going to lose their tier 2 mid tower.
We see a lot of movement around, but being tracked up, Magnus and ES, they're two big initiators, they can't really go in on this, it'll be spotted out. But it looks like they do want to group up and take down the tier 2 on the bottom. As you said, a lot of dire wards, but none of them in the area that they're actually pushing into. With the expiration of the ward that was on the high ground here, they don't have vision of the heroes grouping up here to defend.
And Chaos Knight denying creeps even though they are going in for the push, perhaps not the best idea.
Looks like Radiant should be able to defend this. We've got Queen of Pain and Shadow Demon going behind, and they're going to be able to snipe off the Courier. Good positioning there, that's a 175 gold for the entire team. ES does blink in and hits on a Fissure, followed up by a Totem and a Reality Rift. Easy kill. Luna coming in, the Eclipse not hitting on the CK at all, and the illusions and damage of the CK just completely melting the Luna there. Luna standing up. Too bold, too close. Of course, Reality Rift pulls in all of the illusions of the CK, so very easy kill. And a pop of dust to kill off the Bounty Hunter. That is a 5-0 trade for the Dire here, putting them in a very commanding position. Keeper of the Light.
Going to secure them this this bottom
up some
tower,
boots of
perhaps
travel.
even a Rax.
And we see the experience taking an extremely large dip, around 9k experience going the way of the Dire. Take a look at the gold graph. Was in favor of the Radiant until that fight. It's now 500. May as well call it even at this stage of the game. But looking at the net worth, it looks like most of Dire's is focused on the CK, which is paying dividends when he gets that ultimate off well. I think with the T2 kill, they should go into Roshan, and pings are coming out from CK, so it looks like they're going to head there. There aren't any wards on the ground just here. I'd really like to see either ES ward up there, or possibly just have the Magnus or Keeper of the Light stand there. But I don't think Radiant's really in a position to challenge him for this Aegis.
Yeah, that Radiant ward that was watching the Roshan unfortunately expired during that last team fight.
So we're gonna see Dire get an uncontested Roshan here. Windrunner even using the ultimate, and a Maelstrom pickup for her, and you can see it rocking quite a bit with the attack speed. Of course, Maelstrom not being a unique...
Not the best plan. But she doesn't die.
Even a blink and screaming would would take off the Aegis instantly.
Yeah.
Looks like Chaos Knight is going to try farm up a stack here. He has picked up the Reaver, so we'll most likely see a heart come out from the CK. Has to be careful here not to die.
As long as these ancients don't kill him.
Yep. Toggling the armlet when it comes out.
He's going to back up, he's not going to try to take that camp.
Magnus picking up the plate mail, trying to get a little bit more tank against the physical DPS of the Luna. Probably going to build that into a Shiver's Guard or AC to make base breaking even easier. See the gem pick up on the Earthshaker.
And a dust which was dropped in the Dire Fountain, but it's been picked up by Windrunner. It looks like, or it's on the courier.
It's still on the ground here.
Oh, it's dropped there again.
Yep.
Quite a nice graphic for it there, I must say.
And we do have the Ghost Step to pick up on Keeper of the Light. I don't really agree with this choice. Just as we said before, there is an extremely large amount of magic burst. So even if he is able to take off the physical damage that really is only coming out of the Luna at this stage, the Queen of Pain still hits for quite a decent amount, but really only on a single target. But the Scream and ultimate of the Queen of Pain hits everyone in the area, and that's only going to be amplified by a Ghost Scepter. We do see the Scythe picked up by Queen of Pain. So hopefully we can see some more lockdown, but against so many tanky illusions of the Chaos Knight, even if they pop one, I'm not sure if they'll really be able to defend a push here with an Aegis. And already a pull-in, but Lena instantly uses her Yule Scepter. That's forward, of course, the BKB. Oh, and an excellent RP by Magnus that catches 3 of the Radiant heroes out. We have CK, is he going to dive it, try to bring down that Bounty Hunter? No, he doesn't. But a triple kill for the Chaos Knight, and a 3-for-0 trade with barely any damage even done to the Dire side. The Aegis is still up. We've got a 4-star. We've got a mech on the Earthshaker that looks like it was popped. And Keeper of the Light did pop his Ghost there. This is going to be top racks. It's going to be a fortify, but they really can't defend this without Queen of Pain, and she doesn't have buyback. So this is going to be an easy top racks for the Dire, and we might even see them trying to rotate middle. I think they could easily do it with the Aegis up as well, and the unlock they have. And the Bounty Hunter, they have not checked the inventories.
Luna with the BKB Eclipse.
But there are too many creeps that eat the Eclipse wave. They do manage to
poor disruption.
Take off the disruption, but
disruption on that Earthshaker saved him from some of that Eclipse damage.
And Chaos Knight manages to get the kill right as he's pulled out by recall. Chaos Knight going to be a bit mad about being recalled there, because he would have been able to basically clear up and take him out. The power shot does take out the Luna on the back end, and she does buy back instantly.
So long to the Radiant's top rags.
Looks like they might be able to pick up this Magnus yet. We've got a Scythe. Shackle does not latch, so we're going to see the
on these heroes.
Yep, and it looks like Windrunner turning back for it. Oh, yep. Windrunner goes down, but and also the Magnus, but the 4-second stun up from the Chaos Knight. She will mantra out, but the damage, and he manages to Damage is just too much from this Chaos Knight. He has to be very careful about armlet toggling here with the dot on. He is just going to pop the Aegis. He has picked up a heart as well. So I think Queen of Pain should just back now.
No, but she's
But the Scythe goes on it.
The Hex, the Scythe.
1 second off ultimate. We'll see if Chaos Knight decides to turn around, but I think he's going to wait until he has the backup of his team here.
Excellent use of the Hex to disrupt the reality rift.
See Keeper of the Light starting to push out that bottom lane, probably getting some creep momentum there. Top already starting to push in again with those creeps, and pings do come off for the middle, so I'm going to say Keeper of the Light's going to apply some pressure to this bottom lane, then they'll try and slow siege mid or even just go straight up with the double blink initiate.
Looks like he's backing off and recalling someone.
Probably the, yeah, we've got the Magnus to take down this Ancient stack. Looking at the experience graph, it's 20,000 experience in the way of the Dire side, and over 10k gold now with the last few team fights going heavily in favor of the Dire. So I think, really we're just going to wait. Possibly they might be extremely safe and wait for the next Roshan, but I don't even think they need to do that. With the BKB on the ultimate from CK, I think they can easily push down the tower, especially with the ultimates of Magnus and Earthshaker being up currently. Earthshaker has picked up a Mystic Staff, so we might either see the Shiver's Guard or Scythe coming out from him. I'd like to see the Scythe just for some extra lockdown. Also can't pop those Mantra
I'd
Illusion.
say he's going for the Scythe as well. But with the blink in, the Shivers would not be terrible.
Looks like Magnus can pick up his Shivers, he has the money for it. But we'll see if he actually brings it off the career or not. Disruption from the Shadow Demon here, but he should really just back off. On the backside, Windrunner takes out the Lina, and the Chaos Knight has just taken down the Shadow Demon. The ultimate comes off.
These supports
You're going to see,
don't stand a chance.
And the blink out from the Queen of Pain right as the reality rift about to go off.
Let's just say it's a winning streak. 2 days.
He does get it. 2 second stun, and the ES comes in and just cleans up. This is going to be a complete team wipe and good game. Good game is called from the Radiant. The Chaos Knight ES Magnus combo just too strong. There's too much team fight coming out from this. Looks like they're going to try and kill it. And the RP comes out to secure the kill. They really don't want to give that give them that little kill. And it is a full team wipe. We'll probably just see Dire push through to the base. So there we go. Dire takes the illustrious game 3 of this series, riddled with disconnects and lags. Excellent play here from the Earthshaker. I've really got to give him man of the match, really. Just played an excellent game, very clutch done. And look at the tank of that CK.
Absolutely nothing.
Even a perfectly timed stun right after the BKB finishes with a lasagna blade, and he can't die.
Earthshaker has trapped himself into the fountain.
After we give him the man of the match award, he kills himself. And with a final cry of YOLO, he dies in the fountain.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
And we see the throne going down in a matter of seconds.
The Dire won this time.
And there we go. An excellently played game by Dire. It looked a little shaky there in the middle. We had a lot of back and forth with a few team fights, but after the 5-0 wipes, they pulled very, very far ahead in terms of experience, and with levels up on supports who are so kind of dependent on experience, it was just an easy walk into the base from there.
Certainly was. GG.
Very well played. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. We're going to be trying to do that more, me and Danivus, a good friend of mine. And we'll be streaming more for the Dota is Hard channel. A good bunch of Australians, very varied skill levels, but a very good game coming out there. So obviously, not too much of a discrepancy